welcome to another exciting episode of the Andre The Beast Crayton Show. Another exciting show, definitely another exciting guest. So let me tell you about today's guest. I met this young man a while back, actually selling furniture, updating the IMB studio, and met this young man and found out that not only was he picking up furniture, but he's one of Indy's premier, let me say this again, premier photographer. Now, today we're going to talk about his journey, his future, and what it's like to be Indy's #1 photographer. That's welcome to the station, the one, the only, Mr. Photographer himself, Antonio Housley. What's up, big guy?
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
And you all G'd up in your red. Your IU colors. That's IU.
Yeah, you know, red is my color.
Really?
Yeah.
People used to say red's my color, but I can't get into red. But, I'm going to have to start taking people up on that.
Yeah, red looks good on us.
It's early in the morning, 11 a.m. Are you an early riser?
Very early.
How early is early? I was up at 6 this morning.
Yeah, 6, 7.
Really?
I'm up, yeah.
Let me ask a question. Tell me a little bit about you, because you don't seem like you're from Indiana.
I'm not. I'm originally from Peoria, Illinois.
Get out of here.
Yeah, left Peoria when I was 10. My mom moved us to Terre Haute, and I was there till I was 15, then I moved here.
So you was in Terre Haute when you was in elementary school?
Yeah.
Did you go to Deming?
Nope, I actually went to Greenwood.
I went to Deming.
Our rivals, yeah.
Okay. So what was the reason for going from Peoria to here, for jobs or what?
Yeah, there was no jobs in Peoria. The only major job in Peoria was Calipilla. And
The plant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then after that it was just there wasn't really no decent jobs for women.
Mm-hmm.
All the good job was Calipilla.
Right.
So, she moved us to Terre Haute, and she got into like nursing and stuff like that. So
you said your mom. Where was your dad?
He was in Peoria.
Okay.
Yeah, and he actually worked for Calipilla until they shut it down.
Wow.
And then he started his own car wash business.
Really. It's amazing how we're so inclined to take a bad situation and do something good. Now, here's your father working for a major company. Caterpillar's big.
Yeah, yeah.
And all of a sudden, you get laid off. And I tell people this. Don't always put your hopes on somebody else.
Yes.
Because when when big corporate America decide they want to pull the plug,
they'll pull it.
They'll pull it. They'll be like, who are you?
Right.
Oh, Mr. Johnson, I worked for you for 50 years. Sorry, I don't know you.
Yeah, that's so true. That's very true.
How did it make you feel knowing that your father had, now that you look back, had the vision to say, okay, I'm not going to let that take me down the path. I got kids to worry about. I'm going to start a car wash. What was that like for you? How did you use that to get where you're at today? And what you seen your mom do, go from there to Terre Haute to getting you where you are? How did all your family endeavors make you who you are?
Well,
you wasn't prepared for that.
I really wasn't. But before photography, I was always a singer and a songwriter.
We was gonna get to that anyway, but go ahead.
Yeah, so that was always my big dream. So seeing them going through what they went through, I always wanted to be bigger than what they were, and that's what they wanted for me.
That's what every parent wants.
So it was just that I seemed like I was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
And in my era, it was you either sign a record deal or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing them going through what they went through, I always said, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go through that. I want to have my own. I want to own my own business of some sort.
Right.
Not knowing it was going to be photography.
Right.
But that's how it panned out.
You said but we're going to get into this too a little later, the music game. When you started out in the music game, how difficult really was it? And did you stay in it long enough to realize this isn't what I want to be? And if so, what was that journey like?
I was in it from the age 15, probably all the way up until I was 25. And that's when I was like, you know what, this ain't it. It's you got to either be in the place where it's really popping at,
Right.
which Indiana it wasn't popping back then.
Yeah.
It was something I really wanted to do, and I didn't have the means to get to it.
Right.
So I had to figure it out. I had to figure it out. I never let it go because it's always there.
Right.
It's always there. You know, I have, you know, some of the inner cities artists that know me. You know, they'll ask me to sing on the track every now and then. I don't do it. I let it go.
Now, when you say singing, are you talking R&B or are you talking gospel?
R&B.
R&B?
R&B. Yes.
Really?
Growing up, my nickname was New Edition.
Get out
And
of here.
they call me that today.
Today?
Yeah.
Really?
When I do karaoke, that's what they call me, New Edition, because I'm New Edition to the heart.
Love unconditional.
And that's Keith's part.
That is crazy. And you don't. It's funny because you don't hear. I don't hear a lot of individuals that said they want to get in the music game really talk about R&B. It's mostly rap.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, what happened to the New Edition type singers? You know the Keith Sweats, when I was driving up and down 38th Street, the Babyface, you know what I mean? Like, you knew the lyrics like this.
Yeah.
I don't know the lyrics to rap.
Me neither. I mean, and the rap today isn't like yesterday's rap.
Yeah.
So, it's not your Curtis Blow, Run DMCs and stuff like that.
It seemed like it would have been a pretty easy transition to or people to gravitate to the R&B style versus rap. Why was it? Was it because there was a shift as you was growing up?
It definitely was a shift in the style of music.
Okay.
It seemed like R&B just like
it just went out.
Yeah, it faded out, and I think it was the generation shift. That's what it was. It was a generation shift.
I never thought about that until I listened to music and I go, what happened?
Yeah. It's rap has taken over.
But let's get real. I don't want to always ride down the street and have my trunk rattling.
Yeah, but you're not
I'm not
24, 25.
Yeah.
We're not that age anymore.
Yeah.
So now let them put some old school rap on there. We'll turn it up.
Yeah.
But this new stuff, and I think it's because we don't understand what they're talking about. We don't understand what they're talking about. To us, it don't have a meaning. Rap in yesterday's rap, it had a meaning. Everything you can hear and understand.
I need a roundaway girl.
Yeah,
Yeah. Believe me, yeah. Now I don't know what's going on. It's just like, okay, I like the beat, but dude, I'm not understanding none of the words.
But the kids today, they know what they're talking about.
How difficult was it for you to walk away? Were there regrets? It's almost like being an athlete. People ask me and say, "Hey, do you miss it?" I said, "I don't have anything related to bodybuilding except for a few of the trophies you see over there." When I walked away, I had to make sure that I was content with what I've accomplished, that I gave it my best,
right?
And it's time to move on. What was that like for you to walk away and then go into something different?
It wasn't God's plan. It was my plan.
Okay.
So it wasn't God's plan for me to pursue that career. That's what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easier for me to just say, okay, that's not what you wanted me to do. I'm an artist, first of all. I'm an artist in drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Anything I pick up, I'm an artist at it.
Mm.
So that's how I look at everything as an art.
Mm-hmm.
So, that line has to be perfect.
I think we all need to use that philosophy. That was deep.
Yeah.
You got to be awakened to hear that. That was deep. We
Yeah.
all are artists to some degree, but we are only limited by our own creations.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
getting deep.
Yeah. And see, you saying that we're limited, there is no limit
There
for
is
me.
no limit.
There's no limit.
Wow.
The sky is the limit, and the sky is endless.
You guys better get your popcorn. So how did photography come about? Because I mean, you're right. You had endless possibilities, but now you're talking about photography, and during our particular era, I don't even remember photography even coming into my circle. You know what I mean?
So now, photography, I picked up a camera, my first camera. It was probably when I was 16.
Oh,
The Polaroids, it
Yeah.
wasn't that new stuff now. You had to go take it to the store and get it developed.
yeah.
And I played around with it then. And I did it because I was taking pictures to draw pictures.
Okay.
So it was art always had a role in whatever I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So I let it go for years, and then I picked it back up about 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. I picked it back up, and I took off with it. Now it was different from when I started it because everything is digital now.
Right.
So it was a whole learning process.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, I've had photographers, mentors
Mm-hmm.
that has showed me many things and gave me, ways to learn things. YouTube's my best friend.
Really?
My best friend. So if there's something I don't know and my mentors can't tell me or give me answers to, I go to YouTube.
Mm.
Somebody on YouTube has done it.
Mm. Give me an example.
Lighting, for instance. Lighting was like, for indoors.
Okay.
Because I was always an outdoor shooter. Natural lighting is my thing.
Mm-hmm.
So shooting with one light, two lights, you had to get those numbers right on the lighting, especially with either the white walls or the black walls. It just has to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like a triangle.
Really?
I'm still learning.
Really?
Still
Well,
learning.
we never stop learning our crafts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, and I'm glad, like I said, it wasn't in God's plan for me to do music.
Mm-hmm.
Art, drawing, I've never let that go. It's something that relaxes me, so I'll pick up a pad and I'll draw somebody's picture and it just relaxes me to the fullest.
Mm.
So, other people have other ways to relax.
Yeah.
Drawing is my relaxing.
It's funny because drawing used to be my relaxation when I was growing up, and it's funny, my kids are excellent drawers. It's amazing. And I look at them and I say, wow, that's my genetics. But I think the thrill of it was taken away because I was forced to do it. Does it make sense? Like,
Yeah.
it was like, well, you need to go to Heron Art School. You need to do
Yeah.
this. But I wasn't old enough to articulate why I do this.
Right.
I'm doing it because it's relaxation.
Yeah.
I don't want to be forced to do it.
Yeah.
When it became forced upon me, I put the pen down. I never drew again.
Yeah. I've people told me about that school too, and I went there just to check it out.
I did too.
But I couldn't do it. I couldn't just sit in a room like that.
Yeah.
I felt caged, and it took away from the passion I have for it.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, that's not for me. And to me, honestly, I figured I didn't need it.
Yeah.
I can sit here and just draw you just like that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't need it. And I picked it up. I picked it up from watching my sister in high school.
Mm.
And the way they used to do it, their art projects, they would take a picture out of a magazine
Mm-hmm.
and draw grids on it. And draw by
What's
each
inside?
grid. Yeah.
In the grid. Yeah.
I tried that. I messed that whole picture up.
Yeah. I can't do that.
I just did it freehand.
Yeah.
So, it just came natural. And I think my father, he was very good with his hands. So I'm guessing it all came from my father.
Mm.
And my photography skills and things like that, it shifted to one of my daughters.
Wow.
She's an amazing photographer.
Really? How hard is it to be a photographer in this day and age? And what I mean by that is the digital blueprint is like you they got it so fixed to where your phone can do everything, but I'm leery of the phone, and I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
You've given yourself free will to allow the powers to be to control everything and see everything you do. You don't have the creativity anymore.
Yeah.
You know, somebody was like was telling me, well, Dre, you need to use Chat GTP to do your videos. You need to Chat GTP do. I was like, why should I allow a computer or a mobile device to take away from my thought process? Now, I don't mind feeding it
Yeah.
and learning a little bit, like you said about YouTube, but I'm never going to allow a device to take away my creativity. That I think that you're giving away your free will, your free thought.
But that goes into the society that we are in today. You can take an amazing raw picture.
Mm-hmm.
That client's not gonna like it. They're gonna want you to tuck this, move that, smooth this. And that's just the society that we're in now. Everything they want it to be perfect. And me personally, I'm okay with it. But I'm looking at you and I'm looking at this picture.
Yeah.
This is not you in this picture.
Yeah.
We just recreated a whole new person out of your face.
And people like that.
They like it, but that's the era that we're in.
And I'm like, okay, I've met people, especially women, and you look at me like, okay, you can clearly see that your picture has been filtered.
Yeah.
You know, so what I can't understand is have we let go of self identity to create artificial identity? You can be honest.
Me me personally, again, the world that we live in, as far as the modeling world,
Yeah.
and getting into these high fashion magazines, that's what they want. They will airbrush everything.
Mm.
You will rarely see a natural picture. And I have some clients that they love natural pictures, and I love it because you don't have to do all that editing. And I have an editing system.
I seen your natural pictures. I'm a natural
Yeah.
guy. I've gotten to the point. I'm not an expert like you, but I've gotten to the point where people send pictures for to be on our show. I don't really use them. You know why? Because that's not them.
Yeah.
I don't tell them that. Some of them be like, "Why? Well, we didn't have enough space."
Yeah.
But technically, that's not you.
And so and now I use a new system where it's not as filtered. It brings out highlights and not do all that smoothing and things like that, and tucking your body, smoothing your body, slimming your body. It I don't like it, but if that's what the client wants, that's what we got to give.
Right.
So, but I like
And
I
the
said,
camera don't lie.
it don't. The camera does not lie, but you have to have that eye.
Yeah.
You have to have the eye, and I had to learn that. Like I said, I have an eye for drawing. When I picked up that camera, it was a totally different beast.
Mm.
And I had to learn. And I have models. My one of my models that I started out with, Ray Karan. She's a beast. And I'm telling you, if you ever see me shooting, and I'm shooting a model, and you see me go down to the ground, go low, that's because she's in my head. Because she's saying, get low, get that angle from a low.
Mm-hmm.
And because I would stay up and move around. But then I'll be like, okay, let me get down. Get low. Get at this angle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I jump around and I get at different angles and like at fashion shows and things.
I seen your work.
So
I seen you get down. I seen you get down.
it's I love it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a passion for me. It's not a hobby.
Mhm.
It's not a job. It's not just a business. It's a passion.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and we talked about the camera don't lie. So let's get real here, because we got men and women are listening to this, and I've seen it firsthand, where you've taken pictures, and the client goes, "Oh my God, I overweight. Oh my God, blah 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 blah." What is some advice that you would tell people like that? Because the camera don't lie. If you come there, let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase this, so I don't throw you up under the bus. If I'm going to take pictures with you, and I know I have some issues, whether it be weight, whether it be my hair, you already know those issues before you walk into your studio.
Right.
Now, had this ever happened to where you shot and the person just is bitching, "I'm overweight. I should, I didn't, da la 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 la. And if he or she was a good photographer, they would have told me." And you know what? I tell people, you know what? If I was a photographer and I told you was overweight or you didn't look good in this outfit, you know what you would have did? You would have kicked my ass.
Right. In that situation, like again, I when I look at a model,
Right.
they're art to me.
Right.
I don't care what size you are. I see beauty in everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
So whether you have a problem with your weight, I'm going to make you see the beauty in that.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's beauty all over us.
Right.
So you saying, okay, I don't like that picture. Okay, so this certain picture, and you want to be put in a magazine.
Mm-hmm.
I can send these exact pictures that you don't like. I guarantee that magazine is gonna like this picture that you do not like.
And that's usually how. That's
And
usually how it happens.
if they like it, then guess what? There's something about that picture.
Yeah.
So I know you don't like it. They love it.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want me to tell them not to put it in there?
Mm.
They know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's their magazine.
How do you deal with something like that? Like, what would you tell an individual that's coming to you that's afraid to take pictures, that has those self-esteem issues, and get upset? Because I remember, um, I always hear from people, "Well, this photographer wouldn't have did that, or this photographer." I said, "Well, you ever think that some people don't just tell you stuff because they don't want to hurt your feelings?"
I have a mirror in my studio, and I always have them stand in that mirror. Because you look in the mirror every single day. What do you say to yourself? Do you say, I'm ugly? Do you say, I'm overweight? And while you're doing your face, you're saying to yourself, I look good today.
Yeah.
But then when you get in front of that camera, you're changing, saying, I don't like this. I don't look good. You didn't say that this morning.
Damn, that's deep. Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't say that this morning. So what are you seeing different than what you seen
in the mirror?
In the mirror. So I could take that same shot that you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
I could put all kind of filters on it. You're gonna love it. But again, it's not you.
Mm.
It's not you. And it's like, again, it's the society that we're in of filters. I mean, you can't open up your phone without seeing somebody putting filters on.
Yeah.
But if that's what they like, then that's what they like.
How does that change the game, though? Because
for who?
For you as the photographer, we know the client likes it.
Yeah, I mean, I have my opinion about it. I tell them my opinion about it. But if that's what they want, we're here to please them. Mm. And like a lot of the models that I shoot, a lot of them like them natural. And again, like the system that I use now, it's way better than the system I used to use. And the system before was very filterized. Mm-hmm. I didn't like it because it looked fake. Mm-hmm. So I wanted something more natural. And again, I go to my peers, my other photographers, what do you use? What system you use? Even my daughter.
Mhm.
I even asked her what she used.
Mhm.
Her fiance, he's been in the game for a while.
Mhm.
And I take those things, and trust me, I use every bit of it
Mhm.
to perfect what I do.
How do you present all this to an average person that's not a model, that just wants to come in and take some pictures? You know, because that's a lot of information that you have to process. But at the end of the day, you're not trying to make the job difficult, but you're still trying to showcase your work.
Right. So I have a couple models that are, or just regular people that come in that just want to take pictures
Mm-hmm.
and start a portfolio or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And before I even send them, I'll show them pictures on the camera,
Okay.
and they'll be like, "I like that.
Mhm.
Or I don't like that one. You sure you don't like that one? Yeah, I don't like that one. I delete it right away." And that saves a whole lot of process.
Yeah.
For one. And then once I do send them to them, and they'll see it on a bigger screen, then they'll be like, okay, I don't like this one now. So what is it about this one you don't like?
Mm-hmm.
It could be the pose, it could be the posture, it can be a hair out of place. The hair can be fixed. The posture, I can't fix that.
Mm-hmm.
The posing, I can't fix that. So I said, you sure you don't like it? Yeah, I don't like it. Let's just hold on to that one. Because if you're wanting to do something with it, just keep it in your archives,
Mm-hmm.
just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody else is going to see it differently than you are.
Mm.
My eye's different than yours. I love it. You don't.
What do you tell a person that's coming to you that's new, that wants to do basic portfolio? What are some advice that you can give to men and women if they're just going just to do basic um, uh, photography work, your basic portfolio? What do they need to know to make your job easier? Because I think they come in with expectations based on what they see and what you're giving. Because you're not coming out saying, "Here's a filter." You know what I mean? You're going with raw footage.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. What are some of the things that would make them easy when they come to you, so they don't overthink? Is what I'm saying.
And that happens a lot. And I first of all, I tell them, loosen up. Loosen up. Whatever it is it takes for you to loosen up. If it's a certain song that you need to hear to loosen up, let's do it. You need a Red Bull, let's go get it.
Would you like a drink?
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
let's get it done. And if you need to bring, I can't stress this enough, because there's a lot of photographers in the city that don't allow it or don't do it. If you need to bring your homegirls, your mom, your cousins, I don't care who it is, to make that shoot easier for you,
Do it.
bring them.
Yeah.
For one, I want this to be one of your best shoots ever, even if it's your first time. Secondly, whoever you're bringing, trust me, they're going to be shooting next.
Yeah.
That's another opportunity for another shoot.
Yeah.
So please, if that's what it takes, bring somebody with you.
Yeah. I think it loosens the tension anyway.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. And then that gives them another eye instead of just having the photographer eye, because they're going to see, okay, no, move like this, shift like this.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't think like that. And a lot of photographers, that's probably why a lot of photographers don't allow that, because they want to just do it their way.
Yeah. But you can't always do it your way.
Mm.
You got to have that eye for something else, because you're not going to see something somebody else is going to see. And even if they're not a professional, that's their homegirl or their cousin, and they're seeing them in a different way. So yeah, I mean, I'm open to every view, because what I don't see, the next person see, and that's why I always got that mirror. Because if they can see themselves, then they can do, put themselves in that whatever pose position they want to put themselves in. I can give them ideas, and the ideas I give them, it's gonna be strenuous because you in an awkward position, but it's gonna be a bomb shoot.
What was one of the moments that you remember throughout your career? You've been doing this for a while, that you thought everything was perfect and it turned out to be not so good. And what did you learn from that?
Um, let's see. That I mean, that's going to be from like the beginning, my beginning stages, because it's like I said, it was all a learning process for me. The whole thing was learning, and I always loved it,
Mhm.
but everything was a learning process. So there were a lot of times where I was like, I don't like this shoot. I didn't like it, but they liked it.
Mhm.
But then they'd be like, if you don't like it, we can redo it. Yes, please. I didn't like it. I didn't like the lighting, or it could have been the area, because if their outfit does not, coincide with that area that we're in, it's like nah.
Mm.
Because you can just put on anything and just throw me in a spot. You can make it, but it just don't make sense.
Do a lot of people have a pretty much concrete ideal of what they want prior to coming to you? Do you find yourself really doing a consultation to educate what they're bringing to the table?
For the most part, they do. They'll come to me with their ideas. I always ask, what's your concept?
Mm-hmm.
And they'll bring me their concept, or they'll send me pictures of what they're going for.
Mm-hmm.
And and I love when they do that, because that gives me an idea. Okay, well, we can't do this here in the studio.
Yeah.
We got to go. I got a perfect location for this.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll go to that location, or I'll send them the pictures of the location. They'll be like, yes, that's dope. Let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
So if they got a concept, that's perfect. But if they don't,
Right.
then that's when we gotta get on this. We gotta get on the phone and be like, okay, what are you wearing?
Right.
What is your outfit?
Right.
So if it's a streetwear, cool. I got the perfect area.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something elegant, I got the perfect location.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to do an elegant shoot inside, then I gotta, recreate this whole scene.
Mm-hmm.
I will pull something together and be like, here you go. And you wouldn't even think that it's in that studio. I've done shoots where it was like we was outside in the jungle
Wow.
and we were inside.
Now I'm gonna toot your horn a little bit here. I'm gonna toot your horn a little bit to let the viewers know what's going on. We contracted you to work with the IMB's studio and IMB's network to help with the development of new podcasters. And I can honestly say without a doubt, you don't need to be micromanaged. And I love that.
Yeah.
As an entrepreneur, if I'm dealing with somebody, the one thing I don't want to do is micromanage or try to know your craft.
Yeah.
And I'm going to show you an example to piggyback off of what you said about being creative. When you did several shows, one was the Black Shield. And it was hard to figure out the look and what I wanted.
Yeah.
And I was watching the TV program, which I always watch, the Untouchables. And I said, you know what, Anthony? I said, Antonio, do this. Make those brothers look like the Untouchables. And I remember everybody was like, well, you sure you going to be able to get it right? I said, you get it right. And I'd be damn, when it was all said and done, not only was the guys satisfied with the pictures, but the response that we got once it went live on social media was like, this is why he's part of the I Am Beast photography. Even more so the way you did with let's talk about the two that I thought was a challenge. Marion Rivera, let's talk with her. How did you manage to bring that Puerto Rican nationality out in her photo shoot? And the most difficult that I thought was Jessica Javins, because Jessica was so tall. And we did the first shoot. It was okay because we was just experimenting. I get that. But by the time we got back for the next season, it was like I remember calling you saying, "Look, you know what? She's pretty tall. We need to
Yes.
really do something different." Take me down those two individuals. How your
So
creativity came in.
as the as we read the Puerto Rican, my stepmom, she's Puerto Rican.
Ah, so that was easy for you.
That was very easy. That was very easy. So that was a no brainer
Okay.
for me. Putting that together. Jessica, that was, I'm gonna tell you, when I first shot her in the studio,
Yeah.
right then and there, I hated that shoot. I'm gonna be honest with you, I hated it
Okay.
for the simple fact Jessica was tall.
Okay.
She's very tall. And looking at her, and I was saying to myself, this woman needs to be outside. She needs to be outside around some tall structures.
Okay.
That's when outside here, downtown for sure.
Yeah.
Downtown was the spot for her because of her height.
It really, even when you were shooting her away from the Monument Circle
Yeah.
with the cars, were like, wow. In front of the state building was like, wow. Now I see
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
And that's like I said, I had to see her in person. You know, seeing her on pictures, I knew she was tall, but I didn't know she was that tall.
Yeah.
And seeing her, I'm like, downtown.
Yeah.
She needs to be around some big buildings that would bring her out. And my mind was just working. Creativity was just going crazy. And I'm like, Beast, we need to get her downtown.
Yeah.
We got to get her downtown. So
You did a good job. You did a good job with all three of those guys. And like I said, one thing I do like about you is that I don't have to micromanage. I can just, hey, you know what, Antonio, I got a project. They're coming to you. You know, this is kind of like my idea.
yeah.
And I'm always open. You can come to me and be like, hey, Dre, I don't think this is okay. Then do it. You know,
Right.
do what needs to be done. How difficult is it to be creative with today's technology and people doing podcasts and people coming out with portfolios and musicians? How hard is it for you to have all this? And does your brain ever shut down?
It listen. It's not difficult if I have the concept. You
Okay.
give me a concept,
Mhm.
I'm running with it.
Okay.
And my creativity is just going to go through the roof. Now, as far as my brain, it never sleeps. It never sleeps.
I think creative people's like us, we never sleep anyway.
I can wake up in the next day, and like I said, I go to bed 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm up 6, 7 because my mind really don't sleep. And when I'm sleep, I'm not sleep.
Yeah.
I'm just, it's like I'm resting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll wake up and be like, man, I got this idea. This model will be perfect for it.
Yeah.
So when you see my pictures and you see a model, it's for that model. And I don't know if you've seen the picture of that I did with Kiana, and she was wrapped in this sheet.
Haven't seen that one yet.
I went outside and I cut bushes, some trees, and I put them all together and I put this chair and it was wrapped in this white sheet. She was wrapped in this white. That photo was just for her.
Has she posted it? I mean, Kiana's
I
all
don't
over
know.
social media.
She may have.
I'm
She
about
may,
to reach out to her.
I know I've posted it.
Really?
It's on my Instagram, and that was for her.
Really?
Yabi.
Yeah.
There's a picture I got in my studio of Yabi, and she's in this white fur coat, and it's a black and white. She hates it.
Did I see that picture yet?
You did. It's literally one of the top pictures
Okay.
in my studio.
I'm still thinking about the milk.
That's Toria.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about the milk.
Everybody,
Like, how do you do that?
everybody loves that. But with Yavi, man, listen, the ideas are endless. I'm telling you, the models that I work with, I have ideas that are endless. It's just catching them because they're so busy now, with things that they got going on. And when they have time, they'll be like, okay, let's do this shoot. And we do it.
How can a photo shoot amplify somebody's career that was thinking about getting into the modeling field? How important, how valuable is that portfolio, and what are the basic tools needed to present an effective portfolio to a modeling agency?
Okay, so so I'm not a portfolio expert. So that's when I'm gonna be honest with you. The models of the moms
Need to do their work.
They do a lot of the work.
Okay.
Um, they'll bring ideas. Okay, this is what I want for their portfolio.
Mhm.
I'll give them my ideas. They give me their ideas, and we'll put those together to put that portfolio together. And some places are looking for certain looks, so the moms will bring that look, and we will put it together, and also put our own. That way, they have whoever the agency or whoever have different selection or different looks of this model. This model can do this look, that look, that look, this look, that look. Certain models can only do certain looks. But if you got a model that can do every look,
What do you mean we say every look? Like, what does that mean?
like,
every look.
say like if you were out scouting for someone to do an elegant look, you're gonna look for someone that is tall, long-legged, with a nice stance to him. Hip hop, you're gonna look for someone that's not so tall that can portray that look. I even have taller women that can pull it off, though. They can pull it. It's not easy because they have that long, elegant look. It just seems like shorter models can pull that off better to me versus.
You know who I'm thinking that can probably pull that off, and you would know better than me. The young lady that was at the fashion show. Remember the tall girl that kept coming? I kept saying, "Who is that?" She commands the presence on that stage. I think she's in Ohio.
Courtney. Yeah.
You can tell. You can tell. I remember when it was over, I was like, the next day, I was like, "Hey, who was that?"
Yeah, she's very busy. I'm working on something to get set up with her. She's very busy. That lady is busy.
You can tell she knows her shit.
Yeah.
I seen tons of models that day on Rip the Runway.
Yeah.
She stood out. And you know you stand out if you still in my head. And I didn't get a chance to meet her. But just her presence let you know she knew what she was doing on the stage, off the stage. And so is she a prime example of what you're talking about that a portfolio would be used for? She can do everything.
Yeah. Yeah. She can do everything. And I'm gonna tell you another two that can do everything.
Kiana?
Some three, yeah. Kiana's one, Yavi's one, and you never seen. I don't think you ever seen her, but she was in our show. Her name's Naira. She can do it, and the list is endless that I have of models that can just kill everything. I mean, it's just endless, and I love working with them. I love working with them because I can come up with an idea and they'll be like, "Let's do it. When you want to do it?" It's not. Well, nah, that ain't for me. Be like, okay, let's do it.
How expensive is it to create a basic portfolio for a person that's not a model that just wants a basic portfolio? Like, and then what do you consider a basic portfolio without having, so say for instance, somebody doesn't have a mom or the tools in place, they just want to start. What would you tell them their starting package should be if they come to you?
Well, first you learning from the model moms, and in the fashion shows that I've been in, um, black. You definitely want to do something in all black. That is something they always look for, as far as a look. Then give them a different look in different clothing. Like I said again, hip hop. It could be elegant. It can be um, gothic. If you can pull off every single look.
In other words, bring what you can pull off.
Yeah. And me honestly, every model that I've come across, they can pull off any look if they really wanted to. It's endless to me. It is very endless. When they say I can't do that, nah, you can do it. You definitely can do it. I'm going to show you.
What's next for you? You got, and congratulations too for the people that don't know. He was voted Indiana's premier photographer, and in a world where credibility is a must, that says volume because you're dealing with Indianapolis, Indiana, the new mega capital of media, of music, of entertainment. We're growing like crazy here. And congratulations for being recognized as Indy's premier. What's next for you?
Oh, wow.
Besides Rip the Runway and how's our boy Keith doing?
Fabulous. Keith is good. Keith is
Mr.
busy.
Workaholic.
Yeah, got his hands in everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's a busy man.
Okay.
Busy man. He keeps me busy.
I tell you, that little restaurant that they got over there now, that his brother be running, I tried that buffalo spicy pizza.
Nice.
Woo-wee.
Nice.
Yeah.
But let me say this. Without them models, it wouldn't be a one shot.
Right.
I'll tell you that right now. It wouldn't be a one shot if it wasn't for these models. They put me on the map. They say I put them on the map. They put me on the map because without them, I wouldn't be seen. I wouldn't be heard of. So, the utmost respect to every last one of these models. And even for the newer models that I've come across, there's one, and she just didn't have the belief, and her name is Sammy.
Have I met her yet?
You haven't.
She wasn't. She wasn't at the Rip the Runway.
No.
Okay.
No, she wasn't in that. She was in Model Icon.
Okay.
I got her to Model Icon. So
that's Sherry Gilhart's program. Okay.
Sherry has she's opened some doors for me too.
Yeah.
A lot of doors. But Sammy, she's awesome. She's another one that I can call on now. Be like, hey, I got an idea. And she'd be like, okay, let's do it.
Don't that make your life easier when people believe in you and be like, okay.
She's in one of the 100 top models.
Really?
Yes. She just started.
Wow. But she didn't believe in herself at first.
No. And that's the thing. If I can look at somebody and be like, yeah, she can do this. And she has no idea or how to model but you can see it. You can see it and be like, listen, just give me one time to shoot you.
One shot.
That's it.
The king of the lens.
And that was that was another instance. There was another model.
Yeah.
Cheyenne. Met her in premiere. And I told her, let me shoot you one time. You don't like it, we'll never have to shoot again. The girl's in everything now.
Wow.
Everything.
So when you come up to somebody and this is so funny. I haven't posted this on social media yet, but I have to figure out how to articulate words so it doesn't offend people.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna break it down where it makes perfect sense. You reach out and give somebody a gift. They don't know what the gift is.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's also been a few that have probably turned that gift away.
Yeah.
And look at the ones that have taken that gift, and that gift has turned into what we call opportunity. So the long story to the thing is, never kiss a gift horse in the mouth.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
You said it right.
Okay. I'm just
You
making
said
sure.
it right.
Yeah.
And that's my thing. I look at myself as a connecting bridge.
Could you say that again? Because that sounded so good.
I look at myself as a connecting bridge.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to just start and stop with me.
You want to grow.
I need you to grow. I need
Yeah.
you to. I want, if somebody else sees you, go. And I'm gonna tell you, I have models that they'll be afraid to be like, I don't want to go with that person because I've always been with you. Now I will say, I'm stingy with a couple models. I don't want nobody to have them. They mine.
Yeah. I get it.
But
you don't want to stand in their way of growth.
Yes.
Yeah.
They know I'm always
Sometimes
here.
you gotta let your kids grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they know I'm here. They can always. My door's like this.
Mm-hmm.
I would never say no. I'll never want to shoot with you again. If you want to come back, come on back.
Yeah.
But if there's opportunities out there, go,
Yeah.
because I did my job.
Yeah. You open the door.
Yes.
And the tricked out part about it is some people are scared to take that offer for fear that what does that person want in return?
Yeah.
I've seen you do projects just because you want to showcase what you do, because you believe it. I wonder why people always think it's got to be a catch to this.
Yeah. Well,
ain't that crazy? It's always what does he or she want?
And I understand it because of stories that I've heard of photographers out here in the world.
Yeah, I know you
got crazy things going on, so I get the questions why you want to do this.
Yeah,
and I just tell them I see something in you.
Mm.
I really see something in you. You don't have to take the opportunity, but just try it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
Just take the opportunity. I see something in you. I really do. And you have the height. You have the beauty. You don't even have to have the height. You got the beauty. You can be a runway model. You can be a print model.
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
What's a print model? I know what a runway model is. What's a print model?
Where they're like this.
Oh, Yolanda. Okay.
You in these books. You in these magazines. You doing branding.
Okay.
For clothing and things like that. So I mean, there's the opportunity. It's just endless. And like I said, if I can be walking down the street and I'll be like, wow, she's awesome. And if I get the chance to tell her that, have you ever modeled? No. You should try it.
But you deal with men too. This ain't always about women.
Men are hard.
Why is that?
Men don't like to be in front of the camera.
I know.
They really don't. And I've come across some men that have looks that will kill.
Yeah.
And they be like, man, I'm cool. I don't like to be in front of the camera. Yeah, and they have their reasons. Yeah. I don't question that. I mean, they have their reasons.
Yeah.
But I still present the opportunities. Have you ever done fashion shows, runway?
Yeah.
You should try it. You know, my mom or my cousins, they say I should do it. Why haven't you done it? What are you afraid of?
Yeah.
You don't think you can do the walk right? They train you.
Right.
I mean, you come with all the excuses because I got all the answers. Come on.
Yeah.
I think you can do it. Just give it a shot.
It's really fun. I'm on with. I used to model every year with Alpha Blackburn show, and it's fun.
And
I
you
never
meet,
did it, but
you
it's
meet
fun. I
a
met so
lot
many
of people.
people.
Yeah, you meet a lot of people, and then you just got this whole model family.
Yeah.
You know, listen, I got so many guy kids in the modeling world. It's crazy,
Yeah.
and I love them all to death. Do anything in the world for them. They call me, Godfather. Can we go do this? Let's do it. Let's go.
Really.
When y'all be them moves, I move.
Mm.
Everywhere they go, I go. And the question you asked me, what's my next
Yeah. What's your next?
destination shoots? I got my passport. I'm ready to go.
Really.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to Jamaica. Let's go to Bahamas. Let's
Destination unknown.
Yes. I want to shoot somewhere else. Let's do it. Why not? And I mean, and if you ain't got your passport, there's places we can go without the passport.
Yeah.
I want to do that.
You're definitely an artist. I like the way you talk. I like the vibe. I like the fact that you share the most important part of this journey is it's endless.
It is. It's very endless. And like I said, the photography, it's a learning curve every single day.
Mm.
And like I said, I have mentors that's been in the game. Lenny White, he's been in the game. Marquis Wilder, he's been in the game for a while. Jay Goes, he's been in the game for. I mean, it's endless. So if I have a question about anything that is not on YouTube, I can call them guys and be like, listen, how do you do this? And they will give me that information I need. Now you have some out here that I really don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They gatekeep.
There's always gatekeepers.
Which is cool, but we're all trying to get to the same place, to the top. So if I'm up here and I see you down here with your hand reaching out for me, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to teach you what I know.
Yeah.
But if there's something I don't know that you're asking me, trust me, I'm going to find out for you.
Yeah.
We're both going to find out.
Yeah. And you know what trips the gatekeepers out? When you went to them the first time to ask them.
Yeah.
And then you figure it out. The thing about artists, we're going to figure it out.
We're definitely going to figure it out.
We just think because you know it, you would be kind enough to help make the job a little bit easier because you know the nuggets.
Yeah.
And then when you fail to realize, oh, well, I figured out. Why didn't you call me? Well, I already figured it out, dude.
Yeah.
I'll holler at you. I'll holler at you.
And I think it's they don't want you to surpass them or try to be better than them. And for one, I'm not trying to be better than anybody because
there's enough for everybody.
There's enough for everybody.
Yeah.
And there's always somebody that's going to be ahead of you.
Yeah.
Somewhere, some way, somehow. So if you can go to that person that knows the knowledge,
yeah,
go to them. It's up to them to give you the knowledge. They may not, and they may.
Well, to me, I think if you don't, and I agree with that, if you don't share the knowledge, you're doing yourself and you're doing the universe a disservice by not sharing that. Because what you gonna do with it when you're no longer here?
Right.
You know,
you can't take it with you.
Yeah, I wish I had told somebody. Well, too late now, dude.
Yeah. You know, and I have beginner photographers that come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean they come to me. One, I'm very easy to talk to.
Wait a minute, I just got to download. What's it called? One Shot School for Photography. Did I hear? What is that's on your list?
I mean, it's a possibility.
Yeah.
And like I said, again, I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
But I'm a sponge. I'm soaking it all in. Every bit of it.
That sounds like a winner. You know what, Antonio, thank you so much for taking time to come and bless the studio with your presence again. And definitely thanks for helping us to elevate any projects that I do. I love you. I like the fact that if I have a project, I can call you on the phone. You're back. Hey, Dre, what do you need? Because you know when I call you, there's something about to go off. And I tell people, you know, that's part of, even when we're creating, I tell people the first thing you have to do It's two things you have to do when you're working with me. You got to meet with Yolanda.
Yeah.
You got to get your brand in order. You know, got to make sure you're marketable.
Yeah.
If you're not, how do we make you marketable? You got to meet with her first. Second thing, you got to go meet with the photographer.
Yes.
You know why? Because in the days of digital blueprint, we got to make you a digital blueprint. You got to have that face out there. You got to have something outside of your selfie pictures. We need to make you look marketable.
Yes.
And you do that for me, and I appreciate that. You know, it takes the workload off of me. I bring you the raw canvas and say, make them into something.
You're very welcome. I appreciate you coming to me. I really do. I'm like I said, my door is always open for anybody that wants to come in and work with me.
How can the viewers reach out to you? Phone number, website? How can they reach out to you?
Okay, well, my IG is Antonio's One Shot Photography 5151. It's all together, no slash, no nothing. Antonio's ANTONIOS One Shot 5151. And on my Facebook is Antonio King Housley. And that's HOUSLEY. And that's how you can reach me. Phone number 317-822-1040.
That's easy, 1040.
Yeah. And listen, I shoot everything.
What's the 5151 for? That's kind of strange. What's those numbers for?
Well, when I first did anything, that I was 51 when I started doing my social media stuff.
Yeah.
So I always use 5151.
Okay, that's kind of neat. Guys, make sure you subscribe, like, follow, click that button. All it takes is one click to change somebody's life, to make a difference in somebody's life. This has been another, and I do mean another, exciting episode of the Andre the Beast Crayton Show.